G'day and welcome to Aussievision. Today we are talking about the semi-final rehearsals. Now that we've seen the first and the second, the images, the TikToks and the 30-second clips, and we're going to have a little chat today. I've got Liv from the Aussievision team and Mike as well. Now let's start with the contenders. Obviously Sweden is the big favourite. Now Liv, what have you thought about what you've seen from Sweden so far?
It's gorgeous. It's still gorgeous. It's just a bit different to Melfest. Like, obviously, we knew it was going to look different, but I think there's still the right amount of impact there for a casual, everyday viewer to still get it. And don't worry about the camera angles. Yeah, okay, they're a bit messy for now, but we know how these rehearsals work. By the time we get to the semis, they clean it up. And then she's obviously going to be in the final, so by the time they get to the final, it'll be crisp. Don't even worry about it.
Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. She's a favourite for a reason. This is a fantastic package. The smoke effect perhaps on those LEDs maybe doesn't have the impact that it did at Melody Festival, but there's a lot of cleaning up to do here. It's about what Liv said, those camera angles. It'll hit home on the time, so I've no doubt about this.
Yeah, exactly. Look, we've got Loreen. She's amazing. She's going to perform it so well. Does it have the same impact as Melfest? No, totally. It's definitely dropped a little bit, but that was so good at Melfest that the whole competition would already be over. The fact that they've obviously had to reduce the box size, they're using the LEDs, it still has a great impact, but just not quite as much, and it's actually opened up the race now. It's actually a bit closer, and I think that makes it all more exciting. All right, well, let's talk about the second favourite, Finland, Katia, with Cha Cha Cha. Bit of the wild card one here. Mike, has he done enough to maybe take that crown off Loren?
Well, we'll see. I definitely think it's a televote favourite for me. I do like the staging. It looks bigger and bolder than it was at UMK. He's on top of the crate, etc. We have that wonderful silhouette. If he gets that timing correct, it's going to look fantastic, but he has to be careful about that timing.
Liv?
Well, I think a lot of the issues that we had with the UMK staging have been ironed out. Like, the way they've integrated the dances seems to be more cohesive, a better sort of story. It's honestly fantastical, but I am a little worried that it might be a bit of a hot mess. There is a lot going on, so I'm going to need that full 3 minutes to fully make up my mind whether it really is coming together or not, because it could be just a sensory overload and just a little bit too much.
Yeah, that's true. I definitely like it more than the UMK performance. Like, I know we both had that issue with those dancers, took too much attention away from Katia in that, and I like that he's on top of that box and they come out and the silhouette behind. I just think there's a lot more focus on him, as it should do, because he's a star. He's got charisma. It's him. He's the one that's making this happen. So I like what I see so far, but I agree, with both of you that we've got to see that full 3 minutes, because it could be like that wild card winning kind of hot mess, or it could just be messy. Like, just bad messy. So we'll have to wait and see on Finland, but it looks like to be a close race. Now, the fact that we're probably looking at Sweden as maybe a jury winner, Finland maybe a public vote winner, could someone do a Jamala and come like second and second or third and third and steal the crown? A lot of people are talking about France. Liv, we've only seen the TikTok and the images. It's looking pretty good so far though.
Oh God, it's absolutely fantastic. This massive plinth dress, absolutely unreal. It's everything French without the Eiffel Tower. So they've definitely tried their hardest to make it absolutely drip in baguette. But I'm kind of leaning towards, she probably can't sneak in there, but we're all wondering who's going to come third, right? This could be one of them moments.
Yeah, we've got to be careful. We haven't really seen too much of it. It does look like the best of the rest at this point, but we'll see. They've borrowed heavily from the video aesthetic, etc., which really worked. It works for her. She's obviously a consummate performer as well. It's going to be popular, and I think it's got jury and televote appeal.
Yeah, it's definitely got appeal on both sides. I look at that song and I just don't see Eurovision winner, but I do see it getting a very good result, probably better than I was expecting. The visuals look amazing, and look, you can do a big dress. People say yes, we've seen it before, but looks like she's doing it very French and very grand, so I think this will be a real contender for that top three. I think Italy potentially is as well. Is there anyone else from the kind of big five or the others that could jump in there at all, Liv?
Maybe Spain on a bit of a wild card, but I would be leaning more towards Italy if I was trying to be more sure.
Yeah, fair enough. Mike?
Yeah, safe bet would probably be Italy. Spain's a risk, Czechia is a risk, for example, but I think Italy's a very safe sort of package.
All right, well, those are the contenders. Actually, let's talk about Australia. Voyager. Now, we have a car on stage, which is just so Voyager, and some pyros. I like what I saw. Did you like what you saw, Liv?
Bloody loved it. They are unreal. They are just bottling up Australiana and just like putting it on the Eurovision stage. It's just the sound, the atmosphere. Like, I know it's going to be amazing. I know I'm going to absolutely cry and snot my way through the semi-final when I'm there. Like, I am so proud of you guys. It's amazing.
Mike?
Yeah, agree. From what we've seen, looks very good. Apparently they are having to brush up some moments because there are real moments in the song and they've got to make sure they capture that. But all the elements are there. You know, obviously we want a big finish with all the pyros and everything going off. Basically, I want all my hair burnt off by the end of that song, to be honest.
Yeah, I love the fact that it looks like Danny's definitely starting in the car for that opening, which I think will be great. He'll come out and they'll smash that live performance. It's just making sure that comes down the TV, which I think they're definitely working on. It'll look good. The pyro will work. The one thing I will just be a little bit picky on, in that 30 seconds we saw for the growl moment, they did a long shot. This is a bugbear of mine, and I really want to focus in on Alex doing that growl. In that music video, it pops. So do it again. That's a moment. Don't lose those moments.
Yeah, or even like one of those big camera shots that goes whoosh.
Yeah. Like Mal,
yeah,
Albania.
Yes, exactly, the whoosh.
All right, let's talk about our other Australian entry. It's Andrew Lambrou from Cyprus. This is looking pretty good and sound good.
Yeah, it's been a terrific rehearsal period for Andrew. It looks like he had all the ducks in a row. Terrific elements, like where they're using the fire, the water, etc., which is very universal. He seems like he's smacking it out of the park vocally as well. Wasn't too much change between first and second rehearsal, and that tells me they got it right. They're just fine-tuning the little camera cuts and making sure Andrew shines through that camera.
Liv?
Oh, number one, the vocal, absolutely unreal. There's not many really huge male vocals this year, so it really stands out. Super crisp. Everything looks really nice, really neat, really tidy. Loved it.
Yeah, I think it's all done. It's simple but effective. Amazing LEDs behind. Don't overblow it. Like, the song is big, the vocals are big. Let Andrew shine, and he's gonna shine. And I tell you, this has jury appeal already for that song. Well produced Scandi song, sung really well by an excellent performer, which I think is going to get a bit more public appeal than people think. I think this is coming for a potentially quite good result here. So I'm feeling a lot of good, quiet confidence from Andrew, and I'm feeling that as well.
Yeah, very happy for Andrew. It looks like it's coming together very well.
All right, let's do our kind of call out of ones that we think have jumped out in some kind of reason. Liv, what would you like to go with?
Well, I've always said that they're a bit of a dark horse to do quite well. Albania, I think they've really done well to finally show the fans that we got something here really special. I mean, just for the record, in recent years, when Albanians have actually kept the song in Albanian, chuck some bread in the background, some pyro, fire, whatever, they've qualified. And this has all that in spades, plus the lovely warm family aesthetic. So I absolutely adore it, and I think they've done everything that they can to try and get into that final.
I totally agree. I wanted to pick Albania, but you chose it. It's fantastic. It looks so good. They've elevated it, but kept the authenticity there. Sasha Jean-Baptiste has done her magic. There's little elements with the red handkerchief coming back into that, the black and red aesthetic. This is going to work. This is going to qualify. And that's the main thing, I think, for Albania. And I think that's a big jump up there. Now, Mike, what was your pick?
I'm going Poland. Yeah, look, she is obviously had some issues with pre-parties, etc. It's come together. I was always very confident that you can polish things up at Eurovision. She's got a lot of backing, of course, but it works. There's very spectacular kind of staging here. We have a bit of a dance element, so I think this is very public friendly, very televote friendly. So yeah, I think they've got it together very well. Poland. Don't know how it'll go in the grand final if it makes it, but the semi-final looks good.
Yeah, loved it. 100% televote semi-final. I think that is sailing through comfortably. My choice on it, I'm going to go for Israel. It always had the potential to jump out, and I just think it looks fantastic. She is a performer. She owns that stage. Still a little funny about the dance break and the way she kind of gets up off the ground, but that's a tiny little thing. I like the kind of box on the side that she has to open. I think she's just going to stomp her way through. She's got a good female banger that can jump out, and I think this is coming potentially for the top 10 at this point from what I can see. It could have been messy, but I think it's come out really quite well. Any final thoughts on any other songs?
Not really. I just think the overall quality of the staging and presentation so far has just been really bloody good.
Yeah, the BBC look like they're really smashing it with the production. By the sound of it, all the delegations are very happy with the way it's gone. The technical run-throughs have been terrific, so well done. Just hosting-wise so far, very, very good.
Yeah, some really good staging. A lot of national final glow-ups, I think, is a good theme, but some other stuff is definitely jumping out. Looking exciting, we'll have the first dress rehearsal on Monday, where we'll see it all in a row for semi-final one, and you'll see our next video on that one there. Thanks very much for joining us. Catch you later.
See ya.
Bye.